Good evening and welcome to the 23rd Annual Gang Awards.
The gang logo appears, a G with two arcs on either side resembling sound waves. Below that, letters spell out GANG, Game Audio Network Guild. A video plays. A motionless mech suit sits in rubble.
You've shown real enthusiasm.
Venom Spider-Man.
Adventurers will travel far and wide to prevail.
A soldier wearing night optics.
They love their choices.
Alex and Farah ride dirt bikes.
They will have only one.
Abraxas faces a massive enemy with a golden sword. A Navi opens its eyes as it stands in a jungle. Senua faces a giant, which triggers an explosion. Now, four Helldivers stand on a rise backed by a brilliant sun. A bald man sees Lady Zorana standing in a dark alley. She attacks. Astrobot rides the dual speeder through a chaotic tunnel. Alan Wake trembles, eyes clenched as green light strobes. Zhao closes his eyes. Now in gameplay, Zhao leaps. Spider-Man tumbles through a skyscraper. A character flies at a large enemy, then dodges. Watcher stabs Allmother from behind, and the blade protrudes from Allmother's chest. Joker throws 3 playing cards at Velma, who dodges in slow motion. The cards explode. Rufus Shinra raises his hand, and the massive Sister Ray cannon fires a blast. Characters reload during first-person shooter gameplay. The Infinity Stones converge. Edward Carnby drives Emily Hartwood through the gate toward Dressetto Manor. The DOS Cube moves through a level. Haunty rises upward among rushing lines of light. A Rancor looms, massive jaws gaping. Cars drift around a turn. A Frostpunk city glows in a wintry landscape. A helicopter hurtles down out of control. Now, as a Helldiver fires, glowing orbital lasers rain down on a target. 2 Helldivers embrace in front of a fiery explosion. Lamb fights using curved red blades against a ghostly opponent. A soldier tied to a gurney thrashes as a camera films. In the camera lens, the gang logo appears.
We made it.
Cut to black.
Please welcome the president of the Game Audio Network Guild, Brian Schmidt.
Brian Schmidt, a white, red-haired man with glasses, stands at a podium bearing the gang logo. With a purple curtain behind him, he wears a dark patterned blazer over a deep blue button-down shirt. Brian.
All right, welcome everybody. First of all, thanks so much to 88-Bit for the live pre-show music. We don't do tape music here. Where'd Rob go? And did you work in like Madden 94?
I did, yeah.
Thank you so much. I was like, I think I wrote that. First, operations is telling me, please raise your hand if you have a seat next to you. We've got some people standing in the back, so we want to make sure we get everybody in. If everybody could squeeze in, that would be awesome, so we can get some of the people in the back. Thank you so much. Welcome to the 23rd Annual Game Audio Network Guild Award. And yesterday, amazing concert. It's become a staple. Is Austin here?
Brian searches the crowd.
Yes. It's fun to see GDC do so much more with music, and again, they let us host the awards here, which is awesome. Again, our 23rd year working with GDC at these award shows. So this evening, we recognize and celebrate the amazing creations we make and our fellow game audio professionals who make them. Our human game audio professionals, let's be very clear about that.
Brian gives a sharp nod.
So, no doubt it's a very challenging time for industry. We've got AI breathing down our necks, studio closures, layoffs, and, well, yeah. I cut a lot from this talk about this. So we often talk about the importance of sort of your network, right? Remember the Game Audio Network Guild as a place to find support and help your career, right? Be sure to network. Networking is so important to your career and all of that stuff, right? It's the Game Audio Network Guild. But network means way more than going to events and collecting business cards. Your network is more than a group to help your career. The network is also the place we give back, where we help and support other people's careers. That's just an important part of networking. In fact, it's probably the most important part. I know of more than one case that in recent layoffs where somebody had been laid off and word spread like wildfire. Did you hear them? So-and-so was hit by the layoffs, and suddenly their resume was being passed around, their CVs and demos were reviewed, and it kind of felt like everybody kicked into high gear to help find these people new gigs. So it's really a testament, I think, to the community that we have here. In an environment where it seems like some people seem to like to revel in pushing people not like them down, it's never been more important to raise others up if we are in a position to be able to do so.
Brian reads from a tablet on the podium.
We may not be able to make the world, to fix the world, but we all have the power within us to make our small little piece of it a little bit better. In the spirit of that, I'm actually going to ask a favor of everybody here. There are two very dear members of the GDC and game audio community who sadly are unable to be here tonight. And so I need you to give them a little shout out. Let's help make their world a little bit bigger. So I'm going to put you all to work. We're going to give them a literal shout out. So Peter Drescher, great, I've known long time. You probably know him better as PDX. Has been a staple in the game audio community for about 3 decades and a regular contributor to things like the Audio Kinetic blog and such over the years. I would like everybody to give a big shout. We miss you, PDX, on my mark. Don't forget to enunciate clearly.
Brian holds up a phone.
So on my mark, I want one, none of this, do it once, and then it's sort of so-so, and then have to do it again. We're a one-take crowd in this room. Ready? So 1, 2, 3, wait, I'm not recording.
Brian grins and lowers the phone.
You got a lot of jobs tonight.
He aims the phone at the crowd.
Okay, the little clock thing is going. Ready? 1, 2, 3. We miss you, PDX. Oh, that's friggin' awesome.
Brian lowers the phone, looking at its screen. A photographer in the crowd takes pictures.
We've got one more as well. Shannon Potter, who in addition to being a multi-award-winning sound designer, has given back to our community in so many ways, being a mentor, an ever-present panelist on game audio demo derbies over the years. I learned so much every time I listen to her speak. It's incredible. We're going to do 2 things, one after the other. I will do them separately. So the first is, you got this, Shannon.
He raises the phone.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. You got this, Shannon. One more is, you'll beat this, Shannon. 1, 2, 3. You'll beat this, Shannon. Awesome.
Brian moves the phone from side to side, filming the entire crowd. He lowers the phone and looks at the tablet.
That is some grade A networking we've just done. So, before I turn things over, let me make sure I don't erase what we just did. Before I turn things over to our hosts, there are a couple of favors we'd like to ask to help ensure everything runs smoothly today. If you receive an award, please have no more than 3 people on stage to receive the award. 1 is awesome. And please limit the total speaking time to less than 1 minute. That's 15 seconds more than the Grammys, so and please, we don't have a band to play you off, so we rely on the honor system. Although, anybody have like a stopwatch we can give Rob here? So thank you so much in advance. And with that, I would like to turn things over to your host for tonight, Morla Gorondona, and Fran Mirabella. Sorry, thank you. I'm switching the scripts and my brain turns off. So thank you so much. Enjoy the show.
Brian heads off stage.
Please welcome your hosts, Morla Gorondona and Fran Mirabella.
Morla and Fran take the stage. Morla is a tall, red-haired white woman in a golden, long-sleeved patterned mini dress. Fran is a dark-haired, bearded white man in a suit and tie, several inches shorter than Morla. Morla.
Finally, yeah.
We did it. Wow, you all look beautiful. It's so good to see you. Welcome, and thank you for joining us tonight as we celebrate excellence in game audio, acknowledging the contributions of developers, publishers, and creatives worldwide. I'm Morla Gorondona.
And I'm Fran Mirabella, as we got out of the way. And we're your co-hosts for the 23rd Annual Game Audio Network Guild Awards.
Plural.
Very smooth.
Plural. It's more than one.
They share the podium.
Of course, this evening's event will be abound with excitement, celebration, and acknowledgement for deserving teams and individuals. This part's not in the script. I'm feeling the energy tonight, so I just need you to keep that up for another 5-6 hours. Okay, maybe not that long, but no, loving it tonight. This is a night designed for us to come together as a community and remember why creating audio matters.
The undeniable influence of audio on the gaming experience is profound. It can elevate us, transport us to new realms, or evoke terror in our hearts. It creates the sustainable connection from art on the screen to the hearts of audiences everywhere. So, let's get ready to honor the work of our colleagues, our teams, and our friends in game audio.
Of course, before we get on with the show, though, big thanks to 88-Bit for performing before the show. Yes, it's amazing.
Morla pumps her fists in an alternating pattern.
Every year, we are so lucky to have that. Thank you, 88-Bit. So, as well, good luck to all the nominees tonight. But without further ado, here we go.
Hit it, Tom.
A gang logo animation plays. The logo hovers in a dark blue space scattered with points and wisps of light, then hurtles closer and cuts out.
The nominees for Best Sound Design for an Indie Game are...
Images from the nominated games appear.
Cypher 007, Chapters 2 and 3. Ikoni Island, an Earthlock adventure. Sorel.
Figures run on a dock.
The Outlast Trials. The Ware Cleaner. Underdogs.
That crowd is untamed. Stay clear of that armor. You catch?
This year's award for Best Sound Design for an Indie Game goes to...
Morla opens an envelope. She and Fran look off stage, grinning.
The Outlast Trials!
Morla salutes the crowd.
We gotta be a little faster.
A little faster, got it.
Words read, Best Sound Design for an Indie Game. The Outlast Trials.
No one accepting tonight?
We will
Okay.
make sure that gets into the proper hands.
The nominees for Best Game Audio Presentation, Podcast, or Broadcast are...
Images of the nominees.
Creative Game Sound Production, published by the School of Sound, presented by Rod Bridget and Larry Sider. Scoring Terror, the music of the Outlast Trials, published by Game Sound Con 2023, presented by Tom Salta. Composer Lenny Moore, published by the Game Maker's Notebook, presented by Austin Wintory. Breaking Down the Music of Avatar, Frontiers of Pandora, Aircon 24, published by Aircon 24, presented by Lasse Skak Enst. Volker Bertelmann, behind the scenes of Misty Marshes, Honor of Kings original soundtrack, published by YouTube, presented by Volker Bertelmann and Timi Studio Group.
Fran holds an envelope.
All right, you thought I was gonna spoil it. Now I will tell you the winner. This year's Game Audio Network Guild Award for Best Game Audio Presentation, Podcast, or Broadcast goes to Scoring Terror, the music of The Outlast Trials by Tom Salta.
Words read, Best Game Audio Presentation, Podcast, or Broadcast. Scoring Terror, the music of The Outlast Trials.
Also missing tonight, I see. Thank you and congrats.
Okay.
The nominees for Best Cinematic and Cutscene Audio are
Images from the nominated games appear.
Asgard's Wrath 2,
It tore through the veil.
Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, Alan Wake 2, Honor of Kings, Marvel's Spider-Man 2,
And the winner for Best Cinematic and Cutscene Audio is Marvel's Spider-Man 2.
Fran holds up the diamond-shaped, transparent Gang Award trophy. Words read, Best Cinematic and Cutscene Audio, Marvel's Spider-Man 2. A tall, red-haired white man in a dark suit and tie, and a stocky Asian woman with dark hair edged in front with pale highlights take the stage. They accept the award and step to the podium.
Thank you so much. It was a big effort to just make this game in general and Cinemax as well. And this is especially for the PlayStation Creative Arts Sound Group and including the Foley team. We couldn't have done it without you. Thank you guys.
The man nods and the woman waves. The two of them head off stage. Fran and Morla return to the podium. Fran looks closely at the tablet, using one finger to scroll downwards.
We're so grateful to each other for our sponsors for tonight's event. They play a crucial role in the success and impact of Gang, and we are profoundly grateful for their engagement. We'd like to thank the Formosa Group for their partnership and generosity as we work together to expand the artistry of this industry. Please enjoy this video from our diamond sponsor, Formosa Group.
In a dark space, golden metallic letters appear spelling out Formosa Group. Words appear over gameplay and cinematics. Helldivers 2, in-game cinematic sound design. Call of Duty Black Ops 6, dialogue recording, editorial, and performance capture dialogue recording. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Dialogue recording, editorial, and performance capture dialogue recording. Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League. In-game sound design, cinematic sound design and recording. Visions of Mana, dialogue recording and editorial. Apex Legends, Upheaval Altered Horizon Story. Fully recording and editorial. Sound design, dialogue editorial, and mix. Destiny 2, Final Shape, cinematics, in-game sound design, and integration. Microsoft Flight Simulator, field recording. Spectre Divide, sound design, integration, and weapon Fully. Squid Game Unleashed, score recording production, orchestra contracting, BTS video services, and music production and supervision. No Rest for the Wicked, sound design, mix, Foley, and technical integration. LEGO Horizons Adventures, cinematic sound design and mix. Nightingale, creatures, magic, Foley, voiceover, and field recording. Arcane Season 2, signatory services. Logo, Formosa Interactive, Fade to Black. The Gang logo animation plays.
The nominees for Best Original Song are
Images from the nominated games appear.
Swallow the Fire, composed by Two Feathers. For the King, end credits, composed by John Robert Matz. This Cantina Can't Contain Us, composed by Cody Matthew Johnson. Home to Home, composed by Michael Kirby Ward. Super Earth National Anthem, composed by Ross Tregenza, lyrics by Russ Nickel.
Fran.
All right, this year's Game Audio Network Guild Award for Best Original Song goes to The Cantina Can't Contain Us, composed by Cody Matthew Johnson.
A white-bearded man comes to the podium. He wears glasses, an all-black outfit, and a snug black beanie. He accepts the award from Fran and Morla, who step to the side.
Is Dylan Levin here? Are you around here? If you're here, you should come up. This is crazy. This is cool. This isn't possible without Will Roget, who's like the coolest person in the industry and the champion of anything that's good in this world. And you know, we owe pretty much everything to him. He's our fearless leader. Also, Simon, the audio director, everyone at Ubisoft, and massive. And truly, you're like the sum of everyone in your life, and you're just like a focusing lens for that. And it's a testament to like how fucking sick all of you are. So this is for everyone. Thank you.
He heads off stage.
The nominees for Best UI, Reward, or Objective Sound Design are
Images from the nominated games appear.
Astrobot, Helldivers 2, Delta Force,
Ambushed 30 minutes ago in crack. Enemy forces aim to tip the balance of power. We will not let that happen.
What If, an immersive story. Diablo Immortal,
Morla.
This year's award for Best UI, Reward, or Objective Sound Design goes to Astrobot.
Fran holds out the Gang Award trophy. A clean-shaven white man with brown hair takes the stage. He wears a dark hoodie and pale jeans. He accepts the award from Fran and steps to the mic.
Thank you very, very much. I honestly didn't expect that. It's the first time being here at the Gang Awards, by the way. This is amazing. We're going to be back. I want a big shout out to Junko Sano and Yuji Uchiyama, or sound designers back in Japan. You know, like for us, sound effects, we really make it. Sound effects and music is an integral part of game design, and Astrobot is all about gameplay. So this is really big shout out for them, and really, really, really pleased. Thank you so much.
He spreads his arms toward the crowd, then turns to Fran and Morla. Words appear. Best UI, Reward, or Objective Sound Design. Astrobot.
The nominees for Best Audio for a Casual or Social Game are
Images from the nominated games appear.
Need for Speed Mobile, DOS, Steve Pardo, Once Human, Beyond the World, Honor of Kings,
You're on point.
Call of Duty Mobile.
Roger that. Tracker out.
Fran holds up an envelope.
And the winner for Best Audio for a Casual or Social Game is Need for Speed Mobile.
Words appear spelling out the award category and winning game. A dark-haired Asian woman takes the stage. She wears pale, loose-fitting clothing. She accepts the award from Morla with a small bow, then steps to the podium. She waves.
Wow. It's my first time to be here, and I'm really be honored to get this award. Thank you very much. And I want to say that thank you to organize this, providing the platform. We are truly honored to receive this prestigious award. Thanks to the support and teamwork at Teamy Audio Lab. We have brought our creation vision to life in Need for Speed the Mobile and have truly made our sound design stand out.
She beams.
Once again, Thank you for this honor, and thank you all to the guests here today. Thank you.
She bows and turns to Friend, who gives her a hug.
The nominees for Best Original Soundtrack Album are...
Images of the nominees appear.
Frostpunk 2, composed by Piotr Mushal. Tales of Kenzera Zhao, composed by Nanita Desai. Helldivers 2, composed by Wilbert Roger II. The Lamplighters League, composed by John Everest. Star Wars Outlaws, composed by Wilbert Rocher II. Additional music by Kazuma Jinochi and John Everest.
And the award for Best Audio Soundtrack goes to Star Wars Outlaws, composed by Wilbert Roger.
Three men come on stage. The first, a balding black man in a dark suit, accepts the award and moves to the mic. His co-winners stand just behind him. One is a white-bearded man with blonde hair, and the other is a dark-haired Asian man with a chin-strap beard.
Wow. Thank you so much. I'd like to thank Ubisoft Massive and Lucasfilm Games for having us, and for the Royal Scottish National Orchestra and National Scoring Orchestra for performing so beautifully, and all our soloists, and all of our composition team, John and Kazuma.
His co-winners.
Ben, Brendan, and Joel are out in the audience somewhere. They better be.
Wilbert.
And I also want to acknowledge our recording engineer and dear friend, John Kurlander, whose memory we'll dearly cherish. Thank you so much.
Wilbert, John, and Kazuma head off stage. Words read, Best Original Soundtrack Album, Star Wars Outlaws.
The nominees for Best Game Foley are...
Images of the nominated games.
Helldivers 2.
Extraction request confirmed. Shuttle inbound.
Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3.
Security letter.
Senua's Saga Hellblade 2. Avatar Frontiers of Pandora. Marvel's Spider-Man 2.
And you think I'm naive?
Right, and the winner for Best Game Foley is Marvel's Spider-Man 2.
Morla claps and picks up the award. The stocky Asian woman with dark hair that has the pale highlights comes on stage and accepts the trophy, then moves to the podium.
Woo! Whoa! Last year we had so many people to come up here. It's kind of scary to be here solo now. But we'd like to thank the Game Audio Network Guild, the entire Foley team behind Marvel's Spider-Man 2. We put in so much work into this amazing title, and it was all because we had so much support from our friends at Insomniac Games, from our colleagues at Marvel, and in the entire Creative Arts Sound team at PlayStation Studios. We'd also like to thank, especially a big shout out to our audio QA team, who made sure that every single surface and every single footstep was properly tagged and audible in the mix. So we'd really want to put a huge shout out to them.
She nods enthusiastically.
And lastly, we'd like to acknowledge our amazing nominees. This has been an incredible year for Game Audio, and I know this year is going to be an especially tough one. So thank you so much for being part of this community with us, and hope to see you soon. Thank you.
She takes the award and heads off stage. Words read, Best Game Foley, Marvel's Spider-Man 2.
The nominees for Creative and Technical Achievement in Music are...
Images of the nominated games.
Astrobot. Star Wars Outlaws. The Outlast Trials.
We're all working to unlock your potential. You can't hide from me.
Helldivers 2. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
This year's winner for creative and technical achievement in music is a tie.
Only got
it's
one.
double the win, y'all. Star Wars Outlaws and Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
Wilbert Roget II for Star Wars Outlaws comes on stage and accepts an award. He stands at the podium. Fran and Morla stand off to the side.
I'm going to go off script a little bit and say the only reason I'm here is because of the original Final Fantasy VII. It's the reason that I decided to do video game music, and they did such an incredible job. So I'd just like to say congratulations to the Square Enix team, and a huge thanks to our team at Ubisoft Massive. They were so collaborative with us in making our music come to life in the game. Thank you all so much.
Wilbert smiles and waves, then heads off stage, out of sight. Morla moves back to the podium, looking off toward Wilbert.
The nominees for Best Audio for an Indie Game are
Images show the nominees.
Mullet Madjack, Tales of Kanzera, Zhao, Sorel, The Outlast Trials, Alone in the Dark, Haunty,
And the Game Audio Network Guild Award for Best Audio for an Indie Game goes to The Outlast Trials.
Morla claps. Words read, Best Audio for an Indie Game. The Outlast Trials.
We'll accept that on their behalf.
Cut to black.
The nominees for Creative and Technical Achievement in Sound Design are
Images of the nominees.
Astrobot, Helldivers 2, Delta Force, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Marvel's Spider-Man 2,
Overwhelm the guards and break down the door.
And the winner for creative and technical achievement in sound design is, would you believe, a tie. Delta Force and Final Fantasy.
Wow.
Fran nods, and he and Morla grin. Now, the dark-haired Asian woman in loose-fitting clothing comes on stage and approaches Fran and Morla at the podium.
Oh, Delta Force. You do everything up here, huh?
Hi, it's me again. So I want to say is that I'm from Timmy Audio Lab. I'm so happy to receive this award again, and thanks to the judges and our players. And we want to see there is a long way to go. We want to move the music to the soul. Thank you very much.
She bows, holds out the award, then heads off stage.
The nominees for Best Ensemble Cast Performance are
Images of the nominees.
You're fired.
Still Wakes the Deep,
Fire.
Jesus, Gregor! Gregor! Everyone.
Marvel's Spider-Man 2,
You don't even answer my calls anymore, man.
Senua's Saga, Hellblade 2,
You have to help Lisa.
Look out!
Multiversus,
Wanna see a magic trick?
The Joker hurls playing cards at Velma, who dodges.
Alone in the Dark,
Jeremy. Am I right? She has that heart with glue, doesn't she?
Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 3,
It's him.
2 kilo actual. At the port now.
And the Game Audio Network Guild Award for Best Ensemble Cast Performance goes to Marvel's Spider-Man 2.
Morla applauds, smiling. A silhouette rises in the audience. A lean, dark-haired white man comes on stage and accepts the trophy and winner's envelope from Morla and Fran. He moves to the microphone.
Wow. Oh my God. The performances of our ensemble cast could not have been done without the entirety of our dialogue team and just everyone getting together to craft, just work with our actors and make these amazing performances, whether we were working with the street pedestrians and getting really great improv takes, or just all the modular dialogue systems that we were creating, and all of the amazing actors that we brought in to do such an incredible job. Thank you all so much. This is just, it feels so good because it was such a collaborative effort, and I really appreciate it. And everyone else at Insomniac and Sony for helping us out on this project. Thank you so much.
He smiles broadly, then collects the award and walks off past Fran and Morla. They make their way back to the podium.
We are excited to invite 88-Bit back to the stage to perform his bespoke arrangement entitled 2025 Audio of the Year Medley.
A dark-haired white man in a suit jacket sits at a red keyboard just off stage. He has a long, full beard and wears glasses. He looks at his music stand and begins to play. He bobs his head in rhythm. He waggles his head. He sits back from the keys and gives a slight side nod. He collects his music, stands from the keyboard, and bows deeply to the audience. Fran and Morla stand at the podium.
We need some more applause for that. Thank you so much to 88-Bit for that. Amazing every year. Again, bringing to life 2025 music medley. Thank you.
Fran motions to Morla, who steps to the mic.
Our sponsors make it possible for Gang to provide important services, information, education, and events to the game audio community. And for that, we are tremendously thankful. Thank you to Keywords Studio for their dedication to the Game Audio Network Guild, which allows us to advance important initiatives to our members and the community at large. Please enjoy this video from our diamond sponsor, Keywords Studio.
The Keywords Studio logo appears and spins forward in a swirl of colors. Logo, Blight and Sound Lab. Cinematics play from Fallout 76.
The greatest scientific minds are hard at work.
Words appear, a complete audio pipeline. Cinematics play. Stormgate, Final Fantasy 16. Doom Eternal. The Revenant drone hangs in stasis. A chamber closes around it, draws in energy, and emits a blast. Stormgate. An explosion sends a figure flying. Valorant. Jet fires at Yoru, who teleports behind her and aims a pistol. Her eyes widen. He fires. Valorant. First-person shooter gameplay. The character fires an orb, which encapsulates an opponent. Cinematic. League of Legends. Pantheon battles Leona. Legends of Runeterra. Explosions riddle a walled city. Scion roars. Gameplay. Batman Arkham Shadow. The character pummels a downed opponent. Cinematic. Destiny 2. Zavala.
I don't know how you're here.
He hugs Cade 6.
Yeah, me too, big guy. Me too.
Dead by Daylight.
Misguided wanderer.
Celebrity casting and negotiation. Dialogue recording.
You gotta get better boots. I could hear you coming a mile away.
High-level narrative services.
Going into the woods alone.
I'll let you know if we have to sound any alarms.
Dialogue, editorial, and mastering.
Family to Vault 76.
Best of luck out.
Sound design. Crash Bandicoot. Cortex batters a Crash effigy. Words appear. Music, mixing. Imagine more. The Keywords Studio logo spins back into the center of a purple space. The gang logo animation plays.
The nominees for Best Game Audio Article or Publication are
Images of the nominees.
Game Audio Job Skills, published by GameSoundCon blog, written by Brian Schmidt. Mixing AAA Video Games, published by Audio Technology, written by John Broomhall, Jody Kupsko, Sonia Coronado, and Alex Previty. Behind the Haunting Sound of Alan Wake 2, published by asoundeffect.com, written by Jennifer Walden and Asbion Anderson. Sound Principles, Creative Game Audio Production and Direction, published by Rob Bridget, and Blurred, written by Rob Bridget. The Theory and Practice of Writing Music for Games, published by CRC Press, written by Steve Horowitz and Scott Looney.
The winner for Best Game Audio Article or Publication is Making AAA Video Games by John Broomhall, Jody Kupsko, Sonia Coronado, and Alex Previty.
A white woman with long, wavy blonde hair comes on stage. She wears an all-black outfit. She receives the award from Fran, then steps to the podium.
Hello, everyone. Thank you. I'm accepting this award on behalf of Jody Kupsko and the team who couldn't be here tonight, but she wanted to share this message, so hopefully I can best represent Jody. First, a huge thanks to John for organizing and writing this article, and to the entire God of War Ragnarok team. We're incredibly honored to share what we love with the amazing game audio community. We're sorry we couldn't be here in person, but we truly appreciate this recognition. Thank you so much.
She carefully picks up the gang award trophy, then heads off stage.
The nominees for Best Audio Mix are
Images from the nominated games.
Alan Wake 2.
There's something I'm forgetting.
Helldivers 2.
Today the light of liberty.
Avatar, Frontiers of Pandora.
Bring the fight to them.
Marvel's Spider-Man 2.
Good.
Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 3. Senua's Saga, Hellblade 2.
And a little note on this one, the Best Audio Mix category winner is decided by a panel of adjudicators who play and discuss the nominated games in a studio environment to fully experience the power of the mix as they play them. A special thank you to Dolby Labs for providing an exhilarating Dolby Atmos space for the committee to meet this year. You're giving this one away.
Right. And this year's Game Audio Network Guild Award for Best Audio Mix goes to Senua's Saga, Hellblade 2.
3 bearded men in dark outfits come on stage. One wears a beanie, another wears a ball cap, and the third has close-cropped dark hair. They receive the award and step to the podium. The man in the beanie.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, thank you.
Me and Pablo locked ourselves in a room for several weeks.
2 weeks, exactly, yeah.
We developed a deeper connection by mixing 10 hours a day for these 3 weeks, but I guess it was worth it.
I think so, yeah.
Pablo, the man in the ball cap, raises his hands and claps. The other two gesture acknowledgement to the crowd, and then the three of them head off stage.
Please welcome the Vice President of the Game Audio Network Guild, Jason Hayes, who will present this year's Distinguished Service Award.
Jason Hayes, a white man with a buzz cut and glasses, comes on stage. He wears a dark vest over a white button-down shirt. He raises his hands out to the side, looking up and off.
Nice. That's a cool play on. Okay. The Gang Distinguished Service Award is presented to those individuals or organizations who help further the mission of Gang itself. We present the award this year to an organization whose work has literally helped make the award show possible for several years by providing a crucial piece of tech needed to make judging of the submissions quick, flexible, and easy. They have been tremendous to work with, providing a superior platform to host the submissions themselves, allowing our members to efficiently audition the hundreds of submissions we get each year, and dealing with our often last-minute requests. We are happy to present this year's Gang Distinguished Service Award to Real Crafter.
Jason smiles and applauds. Words appear. Distinguished Service Award, Real Crafter. A white man with dark glasses and gray hair comes on stage. He wears jeans and a dark jacket with horizontal stripes. Jason shakes the man's hand and gives him an awards trophy. The man steps to the mic. To Jason.
Did that play long enough for me to earn royalties, by the way? I want to say thank you so much to Gang for this in recognition of the 8 years of blood, sweat, and tears that we've poured into Real Crafter. It's the hardest thing we've done, but it's the most rewarding thing we've ever done. I also want to thank my wife and co-founder, Sarah Poches, who sadly couldn't be here tonight. Without her, there would be no business today. That's something she often likes to remind me of. Like yesterday, she was at home doing taxes and legal stuff and all that. So I mean it when I say that we would not be here. I'm really fucking lucky to have her in my life as a life partner and a business partner. And thank you again. Thank you so much.
The man holds up the Gang Award and nods to the audience, smiling. He heads off stage with Jason. As the stage stands empty, Jason crosses in front of the audience, heading to his seat. Now Fran and Morla return to the podium.
Congratulations, Sam. Thank you, Jason, fellow Louisianian over here.
Yes, so to present this year's Bob Rice Gang Recognition Award, we're going to have someone you may know well come up here. Executive Director of the Game Audio Network Guild, Savina Charmella.
Morla makes a heart shape with her hands. Savina, a full-figured Mediterranean woman with straight, dark hair, steps to the podium. She wears a stylish dark green top with dark slacks.
Hello, everyone. So great to be here tonight and see everybody. The Bob Rice Gang Recognition Award is selected by the officers and presented to those members of the game audio community at large who have demonstrated a commitment to furthering game audio itself. For many players with visual or cognitive impairments, a game's audio isn't just an immersive element, it's the primary way they experience the game. Audio description interprets visuals into spoken narration, primarily for blind audiences. It is my pleasure to present Jenna Janissary with the Bob Rice Gang Recognition Award for her exceptional work in this field. She's a trailblazer in the accessibility space, leading the industry in adding audio description to games by creating new writing standards, quality guidelines, and in-game features. Congratulations, Jenna.
Words appear. Jenna Janissary, producer, live and interactive audio description. Jenna, a slender white woman wearing a dark, one-shouldered dress, comes on stage. She has long, curly green hair and a side shave on the right side of her head. She beams as she accepts the award, then steps to the microphone.
Over the past few years, my colleagues at Descriptive VideoWorks and myself
have led the industry in bringing more narratives to marginalized blind players who are so often overlooked. Equity and access are vital now more than ever. Every new accessibility feature is a barrier removed for someone. For those of us who work in studios, that feature might just be a line item on a spreadsheet. But for those who need those features, it's everything. It's the difference between being able to play and being excluded. Tonight, let's all take a moment to remember the players who love and benefit from our work. We wouldn't be here without them. I'd like to thank those blind players, along with our consultants, QC reviewers, narrators, and streamers. It's only through their work and support that I'm here today. Thank you to the Game Audio Network Guild for choosing to highlight my work. It means so much to me.
Jenna smiles and picks up her award, then turns and embraces Sabrina. The two of them head off stage.
Here to present this year's Lifetime Achievement Award is Scott Selfon and Tomi Tomita.
A bearded white man with brown hair and a gray-haired Asian man wearing a dark suit appear on stage. The bearded man steps to the mic.
Good evening, everyone. We are delighted to be here to introduce this year's recipient for the Game Audio Network Guild Lifetime Achievement Award. He's been creating sound for games, linear media, and interactive experiences since 1735. I'm sorry, for more than 35 years. He joins craft, creativity, and technology. I'm, of course, talking about Scott Gershon. You may have also seen him in such hit performances as the GDC Sound Design Demo Derbies. Our recipient has stories about nearly everyone he's worked with. I've heard many of them. Today we get to turn the tables and hear some of the stories that they have for him. So please join us in watching.
A video of Scott Gershon across the years.
Scott Gershon is an award-winning sound designer and mixer who has been active in the game and movie community for over 30 years. In 1978, Scott went on tour with Up With People and spent a year traveling around the world as a singer, guitar player, and dancer. After the tour, Scott attended University of Arizona for a year, where he was assigned to support Frank Zappa and his band, who were staging their show at the university. Vinny Colaiuta, Zappa's drummer, recommended he attend Berklee College of Music. Taking Vinny's advice, in 1981, Scott packed up and moved to Boston, where he studied audio engineering and worked in Berklee's Synth Lab. This is where he met his wife Cindy, who was also a student at Berklee.
Images of the couple.
Scott moved to Los Angeles, where he worked as a musician and recording engineer at several major recording studios, as well as a synthesizer programmer for many of the top LA session players. Scott entered into the world of post-production, where he utilized the toys and tricks he used in music to create sound effects for numerous Saturday morning cartoons, such as Transformers and Defenders of the Earth. As technology progressed, he started using a synclavier and the ADAP system for shows like MacGyver and the hit TV show Beauty and the Beast, for which he received an Emmy nomination. A music editor, Jean Gillette, introduced Scott to Wiley Stateman, who had just created a new company called Sound Deluxe. Wiley asked if he wanted to create the sound effects for a movie called Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Scott was one of the first people to not just create a sound effects library, but to edit and design sounds for a feature film using a computer. Scott became the main sound designer at Sound Deluxe, working on award-winning films like Born on the 4th of July, Glory, and Steel Magnolias within the first 2 years. In 1990, Scott became a partner at Sound Deluxe and established a think tank group within the company called Sound Deluxe Media Labs, later called Sound Deluxe Design Music Group. One of the creators of the Waveframe digital audio workstation recommended that Scott meet with a friend of his who was starting a new video game company. This turned out to be Activision. This launched a decades-long partnership of working together, as well as the beginning of Scott's journey into designing sounds for games. With the success of Activision, Scott and his team started designing for many of the leading game companies at that time. Companies such as id, Virgin, Interplay, EA, Disney, and Microsoft. Scott soon caught the attention of Japanese game company Capcom, which led to many years of working together, which continues to this day. Other Japanese companies soon followed, such as Square Enix and Platinum Games, who also became some of Scott's most loyal clients. After 29 years and with the sale of Sound Deluxe, Scott moved his team to the newly created Formosa Group, where he founded and built Formosa Interactive, continuing his focus on sound designing for games and films. Wanting to be on the leading edge of a new form of entertainment, Scott moved over to Technicolor, where he and his team also focused on virtual, augmented, and mixed reality. Dave Morant introduced Scott to Keyword Studios, where he founded the Sound Lab with Debbie Gonzalez. As creative and managing director, Scott still designs and mixes on projects. Scott has also voiced a lot of creatures and characters in the film and gaming worlds, such as Flubber, Herbie in Herbie Fully Loaded, Auntie in Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, the dragon in Shrek, and Dogfish in Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. Throughout his career, Scott has received numerous awards and nominations across a variety of industries, winning 12 Golden Reel Awards, several Gang Awards, and a number of BAFTA nominations. He has also received a Distinguished Alumni Award from Berklee College of Music. Recently, Scott won an Emmy for Maya and the Three, and a Golden Reel for Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, which won the Oscar for Best Animation. Throughout his career, Scott has made a commitment to giving back to the industry by teaching, mentoring, and supporting the next generation of talent. Scott is a founding member of Gang and continues to be active as a board member. He often judges the Sound Design Demo Derby at GDC and Game SoundCon, as well as participating in the mentorship program. Having worked on over 100 movies and adding his talents to as many games, what he values most are all the relationships he has created and enjoyed since starting on this journey. Scott is creatively at the peak of his career and isn't stopping anytime soon. He loves to tell stories with sound, taking audiences on sonic journeys and creating impactful and immersive interactive experiences. When asked if he prefers to work on films or games, he always responds by saying he has never had to choose and loves the ability to create sounds in both worlds.
Assorted video messages.
Oh, it's really quiet here. Dad's not home. No subs.
Congratulations on your Lifetime Achievement Award in games. I can't believe it. This is so cool.
Hey Scott, congratulations on the Lifetime Achievement Award.
Congratulations on the well-deserved Lifetime Achievement Award.
Congratulations, Scott Gershon, on your Lifetime Achievement Award. It is well-deserved.
Congratulations on the Lifetime Achievement Award. That is incredible.
Congratulations on your super amazing Lifetime Achievement Award. I can't imagine anyone deserving this more than you.
Congratulations, Scott. Well-deserved award here.
Cindy Gershon.
Hey, Scott, as the person who's been there since the very, very beginning and as a member of the Sound Deluxe DMG Media Labs crew, I wanted to say that watching you bring your ideas to life in games and films has been an e-ticket ride of creativity and excitement. And you aren't done yet. You're truly deserving of this Lifetime Achievement Award, and we are so very proud.
Jaden Gershon.
Growing up with you has shaped the way I am today, and I hope to be as successful and respected as you are. Your creativity really inspires me.
I remember at my first gig, fresh out of school in the 90s, getting a call from you.
Guy Whitmore.
And you asking, do you have 5'1"? And me thinking, actually, I'm about 5'10". And since those times, we've become good friends, colleagues, collaborators, and two things have become very clear. One, your love for those close to you, family and friends, and two, your dedication to the craft of sonic storytelling. And for that, I'm very grateful.
David Morant.
Scott is an artist at heart, a sound designer and audio mixer by trade. Scott has always been, and will continue to be, a strong advocate for the game audio community. He's not shy in telling anyone that will listen about the challenges of working in this industry. And yet, he turns up every day to do great work.
Masayoshi Soken, subtitles. Today, on behalf of the many ears who have been happy, I would like to express my gratitude for your work. Josh Cooley.
Every single damn sound you make, it's unbelievable, and it just sounds so great, and what you've done for movies is insane, what you've done for video games is nuts. Just can't understand how you can do what you do. So, I mean, what the
The stuff you did on Book of Life and My and the Three.
Jorge R. Gutierrez.
Changed my life. So I can't imagine having ever made anything without you. So thank you.
Elliot Connors.
It's such an integral part in the game audio world and what it means to have high quality audio in games. Thank you and congratulations.
We worked together back in the late 90s when you created Media Labs and then Sound Deluxe DMG. You've fostered so many people's careers along the way.
Becky Allen.
A real visionary.
I had such an amazing time working with you on Pacific Rim.
Tina Guo.
Creating the sound of the kaijus. It was so much fun. I still remember that like it was yesterday. So congratulations. I am so proud of you and so honored to call you a friend.
I can't think of anyone who is more passionate about audio
Peter Zinda.
and sound design than you are, and I also can't think of anyone who cares about his crew more than you do. So thank you so much for all the years of mentorship and support and creativity and high standards and everything we enjoy about you. Scott, congratulations.
So I want to thank you so much for
Watson Wu.
sharing knowledge over the years and all the insights you've had from all the games you worked on. You are wonderful, and thank you so much for being a friend.
Congratulations to Scott on his very, very deserved honor.
Guillermo del Toro.
He is one of the best I've ever worked with. Not only a great sound designer, but a partner in storytelling. Whether the medium is film or games or just a landscape, a soundscape, Scott is the guy to go to when you're trying to tell a story with sound and images. He deserves it.
Subtitles, Masayoshi. Scott, congratulations on receiving the Gang Lifetime Achievement Award. Jorge.
I know you know many other chubby Mexican directors. Thank you for telling me all the time that I'm your favorite. Congratulations.
Brad Beaumont.
Yeah, and thanks for giving two weirdos from the Midwest a shot in the industry. So
Elliot Grins.
Congrats. All the best.
Guy.
Congratulations, Scott.
David.
Have an awesome night, Scott.
Guillermo.
Enjoy.
The Sound Lab crew.
Congratulations, Scott.
Cindy and Jaden.
Congratulations. We love you.
Josh.
We love you, Scott.
Words read, congratulations, Scott Gershon. An image of Scott appears. Back on stage, the gray-haired man.
Please welcome this year's Lifetime Achievement.
Please welcome this year's Lifetime Achievement Award winner, Scott Gershon.
Scott Gershon, a middle-aged bearded white man, comes on stage and hugs the two presenters, who step to the side. Scott sees his award on the podium.
Wow. All right, I got a couple people to thank, so please be patient with me. I'm a little overwhelmed. Okay, first off, I'd like to thank Myra Lopez and Mike Lee for the editing and making of this video, Brett Mazer for adding music, and a special thanks to Savina and Nick for their coordination and counseling me in preparing for this moment, and to the amazing Carol Ruger for narrating my life in just 4 minutes. I want to thank, at the beginning, Wiley Stateman, Lon Bender, for inviting a 25-year-old into the SoundLux family and for making me a partner within the company and giving me an opportunity to prosper, to follow my dreams, and fly as high as I was able to without a ceiling. And a special shout out to Jeff Eisner and Becky Allen, who helped me run SoundLux Design Music Group. What an amazing 29 years that was. I also have to thank Andrew Day, Bertrand Botson, John Hack, Nicholas Lavore, and Elodie Powers, and the rest of the wonderful folks at Keyword Studios believing in us and giving us a home for the last 7 years. It means a lot. Last, to Debbie Gonzalez, Debbie, woo! My amazing, tireless partner, business partner, who puts up with me. Our journey started in Berkeley College, and throughout the decades, we kept working together in different ways until I finally convinced her to come and join my circus. I wanted to thank the incredible crew at Sound Lab. It is such an honor to work with you guys. You guys are the best. And most importantly, I need to thank my wife, Cindy. You're the love of my life.
Scott's lips tremble and his brow crinkles. He puts a hand to his mouth, then looks out at the audience as he fights for composure.
You helped me launch my first division. I couldn't do any of this stuff without you, so thank you. To my son, Jaden, you inspire me every day with your creativity and getting through life's many challenges as you start on your own journey in creating art for games. It's all in the family.
He spreads his hands with palms up. then looks down at the podium.
When I reflect on my time in games in the movie industry, my most memorable moments are not so much about the movies and games that I've worked on, but the people I've been honored to work with. The clients, the crews, the creative puzzles we solved, and the mountains we climbed together. These lifelong creative bonds that we have made supply me with an endless amount of stories, which everyone keeps hearing. Lastly, I want to thank all those people that have allowed me to dream and to make those dreams come true, to share my passion for trying to be the best that I could be. When I started my own division, we were referred to as a ragtag team of audio nerds, always playing with computers and technology, but we took that as a badge of honor. I want to say to all of you who have dreams and passions in working in sound design and music, rule number one, be fearless. Live in denial. It really helps. Rule two, you've got to be deaf to everyone who tells you you won't make it, that you'll lose yourself in your art of sound, the art of noise, and reaching for those things, those sounds that make people feel, that make people cry, that make people laugh, to make people think, to make people help escape just for a small amount of time and take them on an immersive journey, a story that can reshape their lives and to make their dreams come true. Thank you.
Scott collects papers and looks out at the audience with a steady gaze. He smiles and nods, then steps away. The gray-haired man points back at the award, still on the podium. Scott turns and retrieves the trophy, then heads off stage. Suddenly, in the audience, Jason stands to his feet. The entire crowd surges in a standing ovation. Slowly, the view widens to show more of the room. Scott bounds back up onto the stage and waves his arms in a swift overhead gesture. He leaves the stage once again, and the crowd sits. The gang logo appears. Now, Fran and Morla return to the podium.
Woo, man, every year you see those videos. There's a lot of pressure to follow. Congrats again, Scott. We have so many truly amazing individuals among us in the industry. But now it's time for some more nominees.
Morla points off stage.
The nominees for Best Game Trailer Audio are...
Images of the nominees.
Astrobot. Helldivers 2.
To be free. Join the Helldivers.
Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3.
Soldiers rise on ropes at night, infiltrating a fortress.
Frostpunk 2.
Wipe the world clean.
Let's take it back.
But how?
The steward will choose our...
Marvel's Spider-Man 2.
Guys, this is my best friend Harry.
Hey, good to meet you.
And the award for Best Game Trailer Audio goes to Helldivers 2.
Morla makes a swift pointing gesture with both hands. Words appear. Best Game Trailer Audio, Helldivers 2. The woman with long, wavy blonde hair receives the award and moves to the podium.
So, hi, I'm Bianca. I'm the senior dialogue designer for Helldivers 2. Thank you so much for this award. Crafting the audio for the Helldivers 2 trailer was all about capturing the game's essence, combining like intense action with a touch of that satirical propaganda, and that Starship Troopers-like feel. So a massive thank you to our actors, GBK Mocap Stage in Stockholm, and the entire Creative Arts Audio team in Arrowhead. And a lot of the sound design team are also in the UK and couldn't be here. So thank you to everybody who brought this trailer to life, and thank you for this recognition. Thanks, you guys.
Bianca smiles and collects the trophy, along with notes, and heads past Fran, who applauds with a broad grin.
The nominees for Best Voice Performance are
Images of the nominees' games.
Melina Jurgens as Senwa in Senwa's Saga, Hellblade 2.
The settlement because of you. I'm with you. You brought me here. Now fight.
Jim Peary as Kraven in Marvel's Spider-Man 2.
Hours, but you sense nothing. Pathetic.
Najee Jeter as Miles Morales in Marvel's Spider-Man 2.
It's just not in me. But I can't carry this hate for you anymore, man.
Tony Todd as Venom in Marvel's Spider-Man 2.
Strong. This is what you want.
Claudia Dumit as Farah in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3.
That's all I need. You'll have to get there before authorities arrive.
And the Game Audio Network Guild Award for Best Voice Performance goes to Melina Jurgens as Senwa from Senwa's Saga Hellblade 2.
The three bearded men from earlier return to the stage and accept the award, then cluster at the podium.
Melina's not here, but for those of you who doesn't know, like she was a video editor in Ninja, and she started to do some placeholder stuff for Ninja, and
in the backup room,
yeah, and now she's a star. So congrats to her. We are super proud. And Hellblade is 50% her and 50% the rest of the team. Yeah. So thank you, Mel. We'll bring this to you.
Thank you.
Mel.
The three of them applaud as they head off stage.
The nominees for Best Game Music Cover or Remix are
Images of the nominees.
Dungeons of Dreadrock, performed by Rachel Hardy, arranged by Stuart Lloyd and Rachel Hardy. Stickerbush Symphony, performed by The Game Brass, arranged by Thomas Gresky. Beneath the Mask, performed by Tournament Arc, arranged by Mason Lieberman.
Where have you?
Bot of War, performed and arranged by Kenneth C.M. Young. Song of Storms Lo-Fi Remix, performed by Gentle Game Lullabies, Andrea Vanzo, and Sudeki, arranged by Andrea Vanzo and Sudeki.
This year's winner for Best Game Music Cover or Remix is Song of Storms Lo-Fi Remix from The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, arranged by Andrea Vanzo and Suteki.
The husky white man in a tall red beanie and the bearded man in glasses from earlier come on stage. The husky man receives the award, and the two of them step to the microphone. The husky man.
Wow, thank you.
We don't look like we should make that music.
We're also wearing beanies together. It's an honor to be recognized next to a lot of incredible music and friends in this category. Super big thanks to Cody, obviously, and the team at Imperia, and to Andrea Vanzo for his super beautiful piano arrangement, and the other half of Suteki, Nick Tomasetti, who is not here tonight, but thank you so much. Thank you.
Cody, the man in glasses, and the husky man head off stage. Fran and Morla return to the podium. Fran looks at the tablet.
The contributions of our sponsors help drive the success and impact of our organization. With their support, we can deliver on our 4 pillars of networking: education, advocacy, and recognition. So, we'd like to thank Pro Sound Effects for their partnerships and enduring passion and commitment to the game audio community. Please enjoy this video from our diamond sponsor, Pro Sound Effects.
Text appears over matching imagery.
You can't record everything yourself. Let us help. The Pro Sound Effects library is built by award-winning sound artists like Mark Mangini, Richard King, Watson Wu, and Ann Krober, including some of the world's leading nature recordists like Lang Elliott and Chris Watson, designed to meet your game audio needs with 1.2 million sounds in over 650 categories, all with detailed UCS metadata for fast, efficient search, so your team can focus on creativity, implementation, and spending recording time on fresh new sounds, confident that the essentials are already covered. Trusted since 2004 by leading AAA studios and indie developers worldwide. Level up your game audio team with the industry-leading sound effects library, including flexible cloud access for your preferred remote workflow, plus specialized services like custom recording and AI datasets for internal tool development. Contact us for a free trial and multi-user discounts for your team.
Words appear. GDC exclusive offer. Library giveaway plus special discounts. A QR code appears. The gang logo animation plays.
The nominees for Best Dialogue for an Indie Game are
Images of the nominated games.
Tales of Gensera, Zao,
God of Death, Guardian of the Veil between the realm of the living.
Alone in the Dark.
What are you doing sneaking around?
I didn't mean to disturb your ritual.
The Talos Principle 2.
Easily create more people. We can grow. We can expand.
Indica.
So I'm moving on, sir.
1,000 times resist.
Watcher stabs All Mother, then rips out the blade.
My personal favorite category. And the Game Audio Network Guild Award for Best Dialogue for an Indie Game goes to Indica.
Morla smiles. Fran nods and holds up the award trophy. Words appear. Best dialogue for an indie game. Indica.
Make sure they get
The view returns to the theater. Morla waits at the podium as Fran returns from offstage.
Congrats again.
The nominees for Best Music for an Indie Game are
Images of the nominated games.
The Lamplighters League, composed by John Everest. Tales of Kanzara, Zao, composed by Nanita Desai. Frostpunk 2, composed by Piotr Musiał. Haunty, composed by Michael Kirby Ward. For the King 2, composed by John Robert Matz.
And the Game Audio Network Guild Award for Best Music for an Indie Game goes to Frostpunk 2.
Morla smiles and applauds. Words read, Best Music for an Indie Game. Frostpunk 2, composed by Piotr Musiał.
The nominees for Best New Original IP Audio are
Images of the nominees.
Haunty, The Star Named Eos, Mullet Mad Jack, 1,000 times resist.
All Mother falls to the floor, then looks up at Watcher.
Economics.
The treasure fund, and we got to work. However, I didn't just need lots of workers. I need...
Reverse, 1999.
We have been deserted by the principles of this world.
And the winner for Best New Original IP Audio is... Haunty.
Morla smiles and Fran holds up the award trophy. Words appear. Best New Original IP Audio, Haunty. A brown-haired white man with glasses, sideburns, and a goatee, and a dark-haired, bearded white man in glasses come on stage. The brown-haired man accepts the award and steps to the microphone.
It is an incredible honor to be recognized like this among such amazing company. I was the audio director. My name is Ben. I want to thank our project lead, Leo Desso, and our composer, Michael Kirby Ward, for trusting me with their baby. And I want to thank my incredible wife, Mariah. I wouldn't be here without you.
Ben steps aside, the dark-haired man.
I got a few people I want to thank. Jason Poss and Danita Ng-Poss at Symbols of Sound. Gregory Oroz, Elisa Park, Shalini Vijayan, Luke Maurer, Timothy Liu of the Lyris Quartet, Spencer Brochard, Isabella Reyes, our amazing audio director, Ben Civello, and our fearless captain at Moonloop Games, Leo Dasso, for being the ultimate creative collaborator and partner. Thank you.
The two men head off stage. Fran shakes Ben's hand. Fran and Morla return to the podium. Fran looks at the tablet next to the mic.
At this time, we'd like to take a few moments to remember the exceptional individuals from our industry who passed away since we last met. We are changed because of them, and their legacies and priceless contributions to the gaming world will continue ever onward in our community.
A video plays of portraits accompanied by text. In memory of John Kurlander, a balding white man with glasses. Brandon Cole, quote, super blind man, a bearded white man with brown hair. Fred Young, an elderly white man with puffs of white hair above his ears. Tony Todd, a bald black man in a suit and tie, smiling. Jeff Fallen, a clean-shaven white man with close-cropped hair. Stefan Pico, a white man with graying curly hair and a goatee. Words appear, and anyone else our industry had lost. Fade to black. Fran and Morla stand at the podium, wearing sober expressions.
Please join us for a moment of silence to remember our friends and our colleagues. Thank you. And shifting gears a bit, now performing an original Music of the Year medley from the San Francisco concert. Burn that. Now performing an original Musical of the Year medley from the San Francisco Conservatory of Music, please welcome the Tacticians.
Yeah.
Fran and Morla turn and look off stage toward an ensemble of musicians. A screen above and behind the group shows names and instruments. A musician playing a violin sets it down and picks up a Stroh violin, which has a horn-shaped metallic resonator attached. The musician with the Stroh violin switches to an acoustic guitar. The musician with the guitar switches back to violin. keyboard player, a white woman with dark hair, motions for the ensemble to rise. The musicians stand and face the crowd, then bow. They straighten and begin moving away from their places. On stage, Morla applauds as she strides to the podium, with Fran close behind. Morla looks down at the tablet and spreads her hands.
That was amazing. Thank you, tacticians. Yes. Let's have one more round of applause. Now, let's get back to the nominees.
The gang logo animation plays.
The nominees for Best Main Theme are
Images of the nominees.
The Lamplighters League Main Theme, composed by John Everest. K-Vess, The Outlaw, composed by Wilbert Roger II. A Cup of Liberty, Helldivers 2 Main Theme, composed by Wilbert Roger II. Main Theme from Frostpunk 2, composed by Pieter Muschau. Lion Watch Main B, composed by Gordy Hobb, Stephen Barton, and Kevin Notar.
And this year's winner of the Game Audio Network Guild Award for Best Main Theme is a tie. K-Vess, The Outlaw from Star Wars Outlaws, and A Cup of Liberty, Helldivers 2 Main Theme from Helldivers 2.
Wilbert Roger II returns to the stage, receiving both awards. He sets them on the podium, then bows to the crowd, which gives him a standing ovation. Wilbert stands at the podium, beaming. He seems overwhelmed.
I don't...
He covers his eyes with his hand.
Wow. I don't know what to say. I mean, wow.
The crowd sits.
I will say this, you know, I have been a member of the Game Audio Network Guild since almost the beginning. I think 2004. I was member number like 40-something, and being in the Game Audio Network Guild has absolutely propelled my career in ways that I couldn't even have dreamed of. I'm so incredibly grateful for all of the Audio Gang hangouts and all of our presence at GDC, and just being able to meet with all of y'all in just a one-on-one environment. It's been so inspirational, and I'm so thankful. Thank you so much.
Wilbert carefully collects his awards, then heads off stage.
The nominees for Dialogue of the Year are
Images of the nominees.
I've dreamt
Senua's Saga, Hellblade 2,
this place of fear and fury.
Marvel's Spider-Man 2,
Join us.
Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 3,
Vladimir. Are we on first name basis? Herschel.
So you know name.
Alan Wake 2,
Play of shadows fool us all, subterfuge to get our price of admission. Darkness not as a monster, but as emptiness.
But freedom.
Helldivers 2,
Sweet liberty.
The word invasion appears on screen.
And the winner for Dialogue of the Year is Marvel's Spider-Man 2.
Fran holds up the trophy. Words read, Dialogue of the Year, Marvel's Spider-Man 2. The tall, red-haired man in the dark suit and tie and the lean, dark-haired man come on stage. The lean man receives the award and steps to the podium, while the tall man stands to the side. The lean man.
Oh my God. Thank you so much. So, when we rolled on to Spider-Man 2, we were still a fairly new in-house dialogue team. And we were actually seeing each other in person for the first time in 2021 after the on-site studio reopened. So Spider-Man 2 was truly our opportunity to really not only take it to the next level, but also just get to know each other in person and bond as a team. And this was the game where we failed forward, we laughed, we had so much fun, we were like incessantly banging our heads against the table when all the systems broke, and we just truly, I feel like we just came together and crafted this amazing bonded team culture that I just love so much. So in that sense, to me, this award is just a testament to the team and the amazing bond and culture that we created together. And I just can't wait to bring this back to everyone and celebrate this together. So shout out to the team, to Ange, Elisa, Evan, Daniel, Patrick, Keith, Kareem, Jaime, Mitchell, Andrew, audio leadership, and Blake and Karen and the partners at PlayStation Studios and Marvel and just everyone else that I haven't mentioned. Thank you so much. This means the world. Thank you.
The two men head off stage.
The nominees for Music of the Year are
Images of the nominees.
The Lamplighters League, composed by John Everest. Star Wars Outlaws, composed by Wilbert Roget II, John Everest, and Kuzuma Jinouchi. For the King 2, composed by John Robert Matz. Helldivers 2, composed by Wilbert Roget II and Ross Tregenza.
And secure the resources.
Tales of Gensera, Zao, composed by Nanita Desai. Frostpunk 2, composed by Piotr Mushal.
And the Game Audio Network Guild Award for Music of the Year goes to Star Wars Outlaws.
Words read, Music of the Year, Star Wars Outlaws. Wilbert comes on stage with Cody, John, and Kazuma, as well as several others. Wilbert accepts the award and walks to the mic. The others surround him.
Wow, thank you all so much. I just wanted to recognize my team. They were so incredible. Cody doing the Cantina themes, John and Kazuma were my fearless co-composers, and then of course, Brendan, Ben, and Joel. And huge thanks to you all. Again, I really can't say enough how meaningful this is to me. I've been with Gang since the beginning, and it's kept me alive. It's kept me just always trying to strive for more, being around such talented people. We've had so many great scores this year, and so all of the nominees did incredible work. So thank you so much.
Wilbert smiles and heads off stage. Slowly, his team follows him.
The nominees for Sound Design of the Year are
Images of the nominees.
Astrobot, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3,
This is devastation on a global scale.
Helldivers 2, Alan Wake 2,
A white searing light of truth that for a flash pierces the shadows and reveals.
Marvel's Spider-Man 2,
Go help him.
Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3.
Morla smiles. Words read, Sound Design of the Year. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. A bearded white man with red hair, wearing a plaid shirt, and a clean-shaven Asian man wearing a ball cap come on stage. The bearded man steps to the mic.
What up, gang? How's it going? I don't really have anything prepared. I honestly didn't expect to be up here and win this at all. But all the other nominees, your guys' game sounded great. Really just honored to be nominated with the rest of you. Really have to thank the team. It's really all about the team. Got a shout out.
The clean-shaven man.
Kind of wanted him to tell this speech, but he won't do it for us. Eric Wiedemeyer, Jomo Kengi, Robbie Elias, all the other guys at Sledgehammer Games, Activision, all of that. Everybody did a great job. So congratulations to them. All really about the team effort all around. But thanks, everybody.
The two men head off stage. Fran motions with his hands, and Morla leads the way back to the podium. Fran looks closely at the tablet.
Well, it's been a big night for game audio, but we still got one award left. Audio of the Year.
The gang logo animation plays.
The nominees for Audio of the Year are
Images of the nominees.
Astrobot, Alan Wake 2, Need for Speed Mobile, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3.
We need medevac now!
He wants a world war.
Marvel's Spider-Man 2.
This year's winner for the Game Audio Network Guild Award Audio of the Year is a tie. And it's Astrobot and Need for Speed Mobile.
Words read, Audio of the Year, Astrobot, tie, Need for Speed Mobile. The clean-shaven man with brown hair in a dark hoodie and jeans and a white man with a high fade and glasses come on stage. They motion to each other, waiting to step to the mic.
Well, okay.
The brown-haired man.
Thank you so much. So we Astrobot team, and wow, Audio of the Year. There's so many things going through my head. So first thing is massive cheers to Team Asobi over in Japan.
Yeah.
And our audio team, and of course the amazing Kenny Young, our composer, who's been making banging tunes. Kenny, you deserve so much, so please.
Well, thank you. I don't really need to say much more after that, but yeah, thanks for the opportunity and for being on this amazing ride. And yeah, we're so pleased that Astrobot has brought a bit of joy into people's lives, and I'm sure that's where a lot of this comes from. So thanks so much. Cheers.
And I would like to add one more thing, because maybe it's not so obvious. But you know, with Astrobot and a whole new area of audio design began with the haptic feedback we have in the game. Every vibration is actually designed by audio designers. It's something that we don't quite, a lot of people still don't quite understand, but it means audio designers have to think beyond their usual realm and actually embrace much earlier, you know, the entire game design. And so audio designers and gameplay programmers, they've been working together to actually make that come to life. And to them, I really want to say a massive, massive well done. Thank you very much.
The two of them head off stage. The dark-haired woman in loose-fitting clothing comes on stage from the opposite side, beaming. She bows to the audience, then steps to the mic.
Well, how lucky and honored I am to be
here on the stage for 3 times. I want to say that I'm not alone. There is a strong and talented team with me, the Timmy Audio Lab. And when I was a little girl, I know that music has no boundaries. So we will keep pushing forward with passion to make better game audio and better games worldwide. Thank you all.
She smiles broadly and bows again, then heads off stage. Morla and Fran enter from opposite sides of the stage, applauding and come to the podium.
Well, it's been a good one. We've truly enjoyed being your hosts for this evening. So, of course, we want to thank all the talented people who submitted entries this year. And, of course, we hope that you are parting filled with resolve and inspiration.
Each and every one of you in this room create the beautiful community that makes up our industry. And the difference you make is immeasurable. Thank you for being here, and we celebrate you all.
Fran bows. He and Morla hold their hands out toward the audience and applaud.
But now, we'd like to bring Brian Schmidt back to the stage.
Fran and Morla applaud as they head off stage. Morla pats Brian's shoulder as she passes him. He steps to the podium.
Oh, I gotta get my script up now.
He upraised the tablet.
Scroll. Thanks so much. First of all, I think we should add one additional award this year. Most efficient entry into an award show ever. We had some challenges with GDC nights. I heard there was like a big pile of people at the bottom of the escalator just like with their racing boots on. So thanks so much for dealing with us in the sort of the new thing with the GDC nights. It takes a real team to produce the Gang Awards, and I'd like to start by thanking the people who worked so hard on this. First of all, our diamond sponsors who make the show and so much more possible. Formosa Group, Keyword Studio, Sound Labs, and Blindlight, and Pro Sound Effects. To our platinum sponsors, Electronic Arts and Game Sound Con. Our gold sponsors, Material Music, Lightspeed Studios, Teamy Studios, NetEase, Defiant Talent Management, GDC, who gives us this space every year, thank you so much, and A Sound Effect. Our silver sponsors, Gorfaine Schwartz Agency, Real Crafter, the Peabody Conservatory of the Johns Hopkins University, Auto Bounce by Tom Salta and Tom Salta Masterclass Series, Tasman Audio and Dolby, and all our remaining sponsors, Steinberg, San Francisco Conservatory of Music. One more hand for tacticians. Let's give another hand for Rob, 88-bit as well. Yeah, live music is everything. None of that AI crap. ASCAP, Hexany Audio, Skilltree Records, Digipen, Zamidi Music Group, Soundtrack, Hollywood Chamber Orchestra, Gigantic Software, BMI, NAM, Krotos, Unfold Games, Dan Rudin Recording and Production, ASCAP, Ocean Wave Nashville, Symbols of Sound, and Penka Kuniva Masterclasses. So thanks so much. The generous support of our sponsors help initiatives like our webinars, magazine meetups, as well as things like the Gang Scholars Program, our Grammy Initiative, and the Gang Awards itself. Our backstage folk, Nick and the Gang Scholars. Nick and Gang Scholars, get out here. Come on.
Brian makes a beckoning motion with his hand.
Gang Scholars, where'd you go? Gang Scholars got shy on us. Come on out. So
Finally, a group of 7 men and women join Brian on stage, standing in a line behind him.
Also, Brittany, our intern this year. So, and to our wards and committees who spent hundreds of hours listening and playing the hundreds of submissions, thank you all so much. I also have a huge personal thanks to Karina Partis. Where'd you go?
He scans the room.
She's kept us on track this year, managing the award show. Also, recognize our board and officers. Officers are here: Savina, Atsushi, Itang, Jason. Thank you so much.
The scholars head off stage.
And everyone else who participated in this awards this year by submitting entries and voting. We got a lot of votes this year. Every single vote counts, as we could tell. So a final big thank you for our after-party sponsors, BMG and Game SoundCon. You can thank them for your drink tickets. We'd ask that you, so some logistics now. We'd ask you please head right to the after-party area. That's the area just beyond the roped-off area. The roped-off area is for us. That's our bar there. Last call is 10:30 tonight. Things are a little bit tighter with GDC nights. So last call is 10:30, and please help us be out of the building by 11 o'clock sharp. That's kind of a union hard rule that the doors have to be closed by 11. So thank you all so much. It's great to see so many people here at the Gang Awards this year. We will see you at the 24th Annual Gang Awards next year.
Brian waves, then picks up the tablet. Credits. Audio description by Descriptive Video Works. Written by Ethan Ransom. Narrated by Clement Chow. The Gang logo appears, then fades away. Producers: Brian Schmidt, Jason Hayes, Savina Chiramella, Yitong Yiti Chen, Atsushi Suganuma, Karen Pardis, Nick Hartman. Video producers, editors, motion graphics, Jonathan Kirschenbaum, Dominique Jordan. Hosted by Morla Gorandana, Fran Mirabella. Voiceover, Tom Salta. Playback operator, Treyans Zavary. Project manager and technical director, Karina Pardis. Additional credits roll.